At TSR, we believe that a woman's place is wherever she places her trail. Welcome. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. Annoyingly, just like my neighbors do nearly every single weeknight. Turn the music way up, because we got DJ KC in the house, here to spin some real-life truth tracks. First from my latest hit, straight off the top of the NYT bestseller charts. The best advice I ever got. Lessons from extraordinary lives. Now, granted, we don't know if Katie Couric would make a pretty good DJ by hobby, but we all know she's lived quite the extraordinary life herself as a journalist by profession. And in her defense, I'll say that she can sing the Entertainment Tonight theme with some snazzy gusto.
One lyric away.
In any event, this Random House publication, purchased for 50% off the price of $4.99, is exactly what Katie touts it to be. Take a look.
Last spring, I was giving the graduation address at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, and I take my speeches really seriously because if the kids aren't too hungover, I want them to have some meaning and give good advice to them. So I started thinking, why don't I reach out and solicit some advice from some of the amazing people I've had the privilege of interviewing. So I reached out to Sheryl Crow, Queen Rania, Eric Schmidt of Google, Hugh Jackman, and they all wrote me back great pieces of advice and things they had learned along the way. And I thought, gee, this would make a great collection for a book. I know I loved reading them, and I thought, well, other people might like reading them as well. So I expanded it, I cast a wide net, and I ended up with 116 contributors that make up this book, The Best Advice I Ever Got, Lessons from Extraordinary Lives, because all these people really have lived extraordinary lives. I've gotten a lot of advice as the result of life experience. When I was growing up, my mom used to say to all 4 Couric kids, let them know you're there. I think she didn't want us to be shrinking violets. She wanted us to be assertive, 3 girls and 1 boy. She wanted us to be real participants in life, not on the sidelines. And she wanted us to go for it. So I think that was what her way of saying, let them know you're there, let them know what you want, and go for it.
So you can pretty much chalk this up as the coolest and most diverse celeb advice book you will ever buy and read. It's on par with Marlo Thomas's The Right Words at the Right Time, which I also own, and will link below if you want to check that out. As you saw, all 116 contributors are listed in the back of this hardcover copy. Fellow journalists such as Christiane Amanpour, Larry Kane, and Bob Schieffer of CBS. Oscar, Emmy, and Grammy-winning actors and actresses and singer-songwriters and Tony Award-winning stars as well. Titans in the field of lifestyle and medical sciences. Athletes like Drew Brees. A really diverse faculty, if you will, of life encouragement professors, let's put it that way, including Katie herself, who dishes out her own advice based on her own experiences growing up as the lone fox in the field of wolves in the madcap world of journalism. This is tailored to every facet of the human experience. Courage and self-confidence, hard work, tenacity, pluck, perseverance, passion, dreams, doing what's right, rejection, resilience, mentors, encouragement, commitment, contribution, taking risks, seeking opportunity, wisdom, happiness, and doing the best we can. All of which are essential qualities for living. Being that we don't do a lot of Grammy-related content on TSR, noting that the Grammys are indeed tomorrow night, and it is my mother's favorite award show, she watches nearly every year, I'm going to tailor this review down to 3 of the top female music artists of our time, Beyonce, Alicia Keys, and Sheryl Crow, the latter of whom actually sang Katie's theme song for a talk show. Today's the day, if you didn't know that. And hey, it is Women's History Month. This is Alicia Keys with The Question. Whether it's this particular question, would you still do it if you'd never see a dime for it? Or some other question that questions your identity? Alicia Keys asks you to ask yourself a certain question in times of doubt or in times of triumph, and to always come back to that question to help you identify who you are and what your place is in the world. Because it's a life journey to figure out that definitive answer to that particular question. Alicia's one or yours. Beyonce encourages you to take time to know yourself. Take a few moments of silent contemplation, which is easier said than done in this particular house, because that too further straightens your identity. Sometimes we all need a moment to reflect and to recollect. Finally, Sheryl Crow. She encourages you to do the best you can with what you have. And that's certainly what I do around here at TSR. I don't have a 4K camera, nor do I have the best softbox lights, nor do I have the fastest working, up-to-date personal computer. I do the best that I can with my Sony Handycam, my desk lamp that I purchased from the thrift store, and my Windows 10 laptop gifted to me by my friend and EP of TSR, Donna Ionelli. That's doing the best I can on this channel with what I have. And there are many more pieces of time-tested and time-honored sage counsel and advice where those pieces came from. And again, this is the most diverse lineup of life encouragement professors you will ever see in a book like this.
Since this began as a graduation exercise, I decided that all of my profits from this book should go to something that encouraged education. So I selected Scholarship America, which is the oldest nonprofit scholarship fund in the country. It was started in 1958, and they've given $2.5 billion to 1.7 million kids since they began their efforts. They help kids go to college who can't afford it, and they help kids stay in college who are having financial trouble as well. So I'm just thrilled that we can help educate kids, and you can if you buy the book, and really just improve their futures. And one day, hopefully, they'll be able to write an essay that's included in a book like this.
I wonder if secondhand proceeds would benefit Scholarship America too, because if they do, that's awesome. And if they don't, well, I'm glad that this book made the moolah that it did so that more kids can make some moolah of their own upon graduating college. There really are no photographs to speak of other than the cover photo of Katie here, so I gotta date it just a tad bit. 4.5 out of 5 claps. Another piece of advice, go out and get this book, because there is a lot of heart between these two hardcovers. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the thrift side. And you know what? For Katie Couric, I'm Hugh Charles Sesko. You stay classy, womankind.